He was broke, abused, and nearly forgotten by the world. But Tyler Perry didn't just survive. He built an empire no one saw coming. From writing plays in rundown theaters to becoming a billionaire with his own Hollywood studio. Perry's story is one of the most shocking transformations in entertainment history. But behind the flashy success, private jets, and viral Madea moments, there's another side to Tyler Perry's rise. A side full of controversy, harsh criticism, and secrets even his fans don't talk about.
I missed seeing you the first night of Cowboy Carter because Dwayne Wade had offered me.
Because while millions adore him, others say his work has done more harm than good. So, how did he go from homeless to the top of Hollywood? And what's the real truth about the man behind Madea? Let's break it down. Before the billion-dollar films, the red carpets, or the custom-built movie studio, he was just Emmett Perry Jr., a boy growing up in New Orleans. Born in 1969, Tyler Perry's early life was anything but glamorous. He changed his name as a way to distance himself from his abusive father. The trauma was real, the pain ran deep, and storytelling quickly became his escape. That escape would eventually give birth to one of the most iconic and controversial characters in American pop culture, Madea.
Dale and Oprah went with me.
Oh, all right.
Let's be clear. Very clear.
Loud and brutally honest, Madea wasn't just a comedy act. She was a reflection of the black matriarchs Perry had grown up around. Strong women who led families through chaos with humor and fire. But she also became something more, a ticket out of poverty. In the late 90s, Perry started staging small plays across the country, often in empty theaters, barely scraping by. But word of mouth grew, and soon he was packing out venues. People weren't just laughing, they were connecting. By the time I Can Do Bad all by myself hit the stage in 1999, Madea had become a movement. And here's the twist. Perry didn't just play Madea. He played her brother, Joe Simmons, and her nephew, Brian Simmons. He wrote every line, produced every show, and acted in multiple roles. He was the director, the star, the writer, the machine. Most people build a team.
Patriarch, have you read it?
I have not read it. I have it right on my desk.
I just finished it.
Perry built himself into one. But this was just the beginning of something far bigger than live theater. Because Perry wasn't trying to follow Hollywood. He was about to beat it at its own game. While most aspiring filmmakers begged for studio deals, Tyler Perry took a different path. He built his own. After dominating the stage circuit through the early 2000s, Perry made a move few believed would work. He adapted one of his plays, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, into a feature film, wrote it, produced it, and bankrolled it himself. Hollywood laughed, but the box office didn't. The film earned over $50 million on a $5 million budget, almost entirely from a loyal audience that Hollywood had ignored for years. Black, working-class Americans who saw themselves in Perry's characters. That's when it hit him. He didn't need mainstream approval. He already had his people, and they were showing up, so Perry doubled down. He wrote film after film, stage after stage. Each
one did you have?
Oh, we had a great time. We had a really great time. The show's incredible. I didn't think she could top.
One written alone in longhand. No writer's room. No co-directors. No studio oversight. Just him, creating, financing, starring, distributing. And it worked. By 2011, Forbes named him the highest paid man in entertainment, with $130 million earned in a single year. Not because of flashy awards or critical praise, but because he understood something Hollywood didn't. Ownership. He didn't sell his rights. He didn't hand over control. Perry owned everything, from the scripts to the sets to the distribution. While other filmmakers chased fame, he built a fortress. But what truly solidified his place as a cultural powerhouse was who he partnered with next. By the early 2010s, Tyler Perry had already built his empire brick by brick. But one phone call changed everything, and it came from a woman who knew exactly what it meant to build something from nothing. Oprah Winfrey. The queen of daytime television didn't just see Perry's success. She saw his potential. In 2012, the two struck a multi-year, exclusive deal that would shake up cable television. Perry signed on to create original scripted content for Oprah's struggling network, OWN. It was a major gamble for both of them. OWN needed a hit. Perry needed a new platform. And once again, he delivered. His first show for the network, The Haves and Have-Nots, wasn't just a success. It became OWN's highest-rated series ever. A dramatic, high-stakes soap about wealth, power, and secrets. It pulled in millions of viewers week after week. More shows followed. If Loving You Is Wrong, Love Thy Neighbor, The Pains, each one created, written, and produced by Perry alone. No co-writers. No outside showrunners. Just Perry, building world from scratch and pumping out content like a factory. And it worked. OWN transformed from a struggling brand into a viable force in cable drama.
Why would we leave here?
Perry had saved Oprah's network and proved that his audience wasn't fluke. It was loyalty. But with new power came new eyes, and not all of them were friendly. Because while Perry's empire was growing fast, so was the criticism. For every standing ovation Tyler Perry received, there was a critic rolling their eyes. Because while his audience was showing up in record numbers, Hollywood critics, they weren't impressed. From beginning, Perry's work was hit with labels: lowbrow, predictable, outdated. His movies were called soap operas on steroids, melodramatic, over the top, and emotionally manipulative. But that wasn't the real controversy. What made the backlash hit harder was who it was coming from: black academics, journalists, and filmmakers who accused Perry of something deeper, reinforcing stereotypes. The loud, aggressive black woman, the abusive black man, the broken family, the church lady, the crack addict, the cheating husband, the angry matriarch. For many, these were caricatures.
Up in the morning and somebody else would be on the floor in our house sleeping, like, who are these people? She's like, they needed a place to stay. Just be quiet.
Dressed up as characters. Scholars argue that Perry's stories recycled trauma for laughs. That Madea, while beloved by millions, was also a walking stereotype, loud, violent, exaggerated for entertainment. And yet, people kept watching. Because while the critics talked about narrative structure and nuance, Perry's fans saw something else. Truth. Raw, messy, uncomfortable truth. Stories that looked like their neighborhoods. Characters that sounded like their families. Flawed, yes, but real. Perry never claimed to be a critical darling. He wasn't chasing Oscars. He was chasing connection. And for every think piece that tore him apart, there were packed theaters, full living rooms, and fans lining up for more. Still, the noise didn't go unnoticed. But instead of defending himself, Perry did something unexpected.